Well, hi everybody. It's a forecast year here reporting in. We've got some interesting discussion about the protests that have been going on as of yesterday. That'd be November the 5th, with the Occupy movement resurging and celebration of Guy Fawkes' Day. That'd be Wednesday, November the 5th, and very timely. It's the day after the U.S. elections. Today, reporting in, it's Thursday, November the 6th today, and again, yesterday was Guy Fawkes' Day, celebrated. Guy Fawkes led, or he tried to lead, an event called the Gunpowder Plot, where he was going to blow up like a building or something like that. And they were going to hang him, basically. Basically, he became a symbol of rebellion against ruling class, basically. And his face is immortalized in the mask that we see here. This face here, the anonymous face, that's the Guy Fawkes mask there. So they're celebrating the failed gunpowder plot. Even though it failed, it's the idea that counts, I suppose, where they were trying to do something to push back on the ruling elites, if you will. And we see here Russell Brand taking part of this protest outside Parliament in the UK. This event and protest was in many cities in Europe, but also in the US, and didn't get a lot of press, hardly at all in the mainstream media in America. Once again, an important event. They had about, they said, 100,000 people in the protest in Brussels, Belgium, protesting against upcoming changes in the government and planned austerity. And that's going to be a big shift for them to have to go through that. It's like what we saw within Greece, the situation there. But if we had to forecast something, here's some stuff from RT. Another protest at the same time over net neutrality in D.C. So there was the Guy Fawkes protest, but also the protests against the FCC trying to kill net neutrality or have some sort of compromise fast lane, slow lane, which isn't really net neutrality at all. So the D.C., Brussels, Belgium, and some other cities in the United States and Europe. So basically, what I think is going to happen is when the economy really toots out, we're going to see a major flare-up in protests and direct action of all sorts. And it's going to be a real situation as far as social stability in the United States and the Western world when the economy really hits the rocks. Again, we at Forecast Year believe we'll be seeing a stock market crash in the next 1 to 3 years, between 2014 to 2017. Probably 2015 or 2017 are the most likely years because they're off years from the election, and crazy things can happen. And 2017 looms large as a year after a presidential election when major stock market crashes or terrible events usually happen the year right after a presidential election. We had that with 9/11. We had the plunge of 29 was right after an election. 87, the crash then was, I guess, an off year from an election. It was just before a big presidential election. So, yeah, any of those off years of the elections, which are odd number years, tend to be when we have a real economic catastrophe. So watch for real social instability, especially going into the summertime when things literally get hot under the collar. So if we had to make a projection from this, we see a resurgent trend of forecasts happening in the Western world, especially. A lot of disaffected youth who have very terrible career and economic and professional prospects ahead of them in both the United States and most of Europe right now. And they're scratching their head thinking, what have I been working so hard for? I've got nothing ahead of me except major serious problems. So what is going on? So we can see, I would see an exacerbated situation of major social unrest. We're seeing them get ready as far as, London buy all these water cannons and all that. They're getting ready, and the governments are digging in for major civil disturbances. And that would be part of the forecast. What we see also is that that's going to be likely in various forms. And I don't think it's just going to be protests either. I think it's going to, as you know, a protest, if it gets nasty, can spiral out of control and turn into other things. So be ready for that. Those other things may come. We hope not, but I would say that they're likely, in addition to a major spin up in protests. So as the economy toots out and as people feel disaffected politically and economically and otherwise, just brace yourself and be ready for that. Keep on prepping. This is Forecast Year reporting in about the trend of likely exacerbated protests in the near-term future, especially with a plunge in the economy. Thanks so much for listening. Please check out our website, forecastyear.com. Please follow us on Twitter and subscribe to the website if you like our forecasts. Usually they're very accurate, and they're based on projecting, based on trend projection. Thanks so much.